2025 Valedictorian, Miss Natalie Page Blair.
Good evening, everyone. I feel so incredibly honored to have the opportunity to speak to you all today as we celebrate the graduation of the class of 2025. Let me begin with the necessary and well-deserved thank you to the many people who made this achievement accessible to all of us. Thank you to the administration for keeping our school environment one that is centered around personal growth and potential. Thank you to the faculty and staff for your indelible patience and encouragement. Thank you also to the class of 1975 for returning to your roots in order to expel us from ours and into the future. Finally, thank you to my mom and dad. You two molded me into the person I am today, and I am merely a consequence of the selflessness and sacrifice you have displayed throughout my childhood. This accomplishment is yours just as much as it is mine. In the very playful words of Dr. Seuss that you may have heard before, quote, "You have brains in your head, you have in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose." What can I say? Great minds think alike. These words came from a children's book, but looking at our present situation, they seem awfully profound. For the first time in your lives, you have complete freedom for decision. With choice comes power, autonomy, responsibility, the potential for success, and also thereby for failure. This is your first true step towards independence and adulthood. It's almost unbelievable. Yesterday, our biggest determination was what to put on our grad caps. Tomorrow's decisions could change the trajectory of our entire lives. The future holds for each of us an infinite number of choices to be made, from the mundane to the crucial, from what brand of toothpaste to buy, to what classes to take next semester, to who to marry, and everything in between. Sometimes our most treasured journeys in life can begin with a simple decision. But how do we make decisions? How do we know which option to choose? Well, it's all rooted in your perspective. Each and every one of you has a distinct lived experience which provides you a unique outlook on society and its strictures. I'll give you an example. My grandmother was raised in Saigon, Vietnam, before it fell into communism. She received up to a third grade education, and because she was the youngest daughter in a group of 3 siblings, she was never expected to marry or have children. Her whole life's purpose was laid out for her from the time she was born, to take care of her parents as they aged. She could have never possibly imagined that at the age of 26, she would be presented with the opportunity to immigrate to America. Here, my pupil had to make a choice, one that was massive and life-changing. Her limited perspective and autonomy led to her boarding a 20-hour flight to move halfway around the world, to a country that hated her people, and of which she did not understand the language, culture, or customs. This decision was not easy for her to make. There were so many uncertainties. Would she ever come back? Who would take care of her parents? How would she learn English? What if she simply hated it? She made a difficult choice based on her lived experience and perspective on the world. She trusted that moving to America would be the fruitful thing, not only for her, but for a potential future family. Even at her young age, my grandmother knew that electing to move to America would mean forfeiting the possibility of seeing her elderly, impoverished parents ever again. Yet she found the strength to continue on her journey. Which brings me back to Dr. Seuss. Quote, "Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away." All of you are going to go off into real life, and you are going to be faced with some really challenging decisions, which could impact not only your life, but the lives of others. You are going to have to decide on a career, a permanent home, and a life partner. You are going to have to pick what to make for dinner, or what car to buy, or what clothes to get for your kid, because you know at this age, their shoes will only fit for 2 more weeks. But not all decisions carry the same weight. Some of them, in the grand scheme of things, others do, you will undoubtedly face hard decisions. So when you are scared and unresolved, because you will be, and you aren't sure if this is the right choice, remember my grandmother. Don't let fear dictate what you can and cannot do. When you are terrified to go off to college or boot camp or enter the workforce, think of her courage. When you're scared to go for a promotion, when you're unsure if you should take the harder class, when you're scared to run in front of others, apply for the promotion, take the harder class, and sign up for a 5K. You will have moments when you feel defeated. You will experience heartache, grief, and sorrow, but you will survive all of it, and you will defeat uncertainty, just like my hopeful. Ultimately, we are going to branch off and live totally separate lives from each other. We will never be as close as we have been these last 4 years, and that is extremely bittersweet. However, this newfound independence will allow you to stand on your own, cultivate your own thoughts, and to grow into an autonomous adult. Whatever decisions you make in life, college or trade school, married or single, kids or child-free, make the best choice possible for you. When we meet again, whenever that may be, I want to know that your decisions led to your happiness. I simply want all of you to be happy. Thank you for your time and attention. Congratulations, class of 2025.